In this tutorial in Cyberlink PowerDirector, we're going to look at a great shortcut on how to reuse a saved project as you build a new project. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two clips that I have here in my media room and use them as part of a new project. But I'd like to build them around another one that I've done in the past. Now, normally we might go to our file system and go looking for that project, but there's a much easier way in PowerDirector. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the media room if I'm not there already, or press the F3 key, and then go to the media content area, click on the down arrow, and choose the fourth item down which says My Projects. I'll click on that. What it will do is it will import all the projects that PowerDirector knows you have worked on recently. My list has contained more than 85 icons. Now, if I want something not to appear in this list again, I simply right-click and I can click Remove from Library. If I choose this option, it will be gone not only from the screen, but it will be gone in case I want to load this in the future. It will not show up. Now, if I reload the project manually in PowerDirector, then this will reappear. Or assume you work on 4 projects in the next 2 weeks. Those 4 will be added to the list. That's how it's populated and depopulated. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to build my new project around the old one called Temp1. So I'm going to take that and I will drag and drop it into the timeline. Watch what happens when I do that. It comes in as a blue square or rectangle, and I'll let go and drop it. We'll make this a little bit wider here so we can see more. It actually consists of 2 clips and a transition on that track, and then an arrow graphic on track number 3. So all this is brought in with a simple drag and drop. Something else happened as well. When I click back up to the My Projects and click on Media Content, I discover that the items of my old project, the objects, the content, has automatically been imported into my media room. If I want to reuse any of those things, they're not only in the timeline, but they're available for use now. So that's a nice shortcut. So let's say what I want to do is I want to use this as a kind of template. I'm going to replace the video. I'll take the first one, the new one of, let's see, the new one here is the couple on the beach. I'll drag it and I'll drop it down into my second clip and let go. When I do that, I have a couple of options. I'm going to change the size of this so we can see the options more clearly. There, I drag and let go, and I have 5 options. Oftentimes, we're using the overwrite, insert, insert, and move. If I choose replace, watch what happens. It automatically, if my new clip is longer than my existing clip, it will cut it. It will shrink it. It will make it smaller. So that's something you have to be aware of. If I decide I don't want it to be smaller, once I've brought it in, all I need to do is click on it, click on the scissors, and that's the trim, and here's what it trimmed it to. It shortened it to this duration. Okay, so all I need to do is take and lengthen it back to the original. Now this will change from the old project. Click on OK, and now it's larger. So that's a nice way to compensate for that. But I haven't messed with my transition between the clip. So I'm going to take the first clip, do the same with that, drag on my new copy here, and click on Replace. And in this case, it's also longer, so it will trim it. So I highlight it, and in this case I click on the scissors and I'll lengthen it to the original length and click on OK. Now I've made my total project longer. If I don't want to do that, I'll have to leave it trimmed and decide what to do with that. But I've preserved the structure between the two, the transition, and the little arrow graphic that was on a different track is still here. So when I go ahead and use this as the beginning of a new project, I can make it very much like the original one and make whatever modifications I choose. So that's a great way to reuse a saved project as the foundation of a new one in CyberLink PowerDirector.